A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Honest J Nowak, Snacker Attacker. And, yeah. This is still going to continue to be pre-recorded in this exact area where I have done a lot of HJN episodes. As a matter of fact, there's been tons of HJN episodes that I pre-recorded here since the very beginning back in October 2019. But now, it's been less than 3 years since that ultimately began. And I can certainly say, from my own perspective, that things are really going to be looking up here. But as a matter of fact, going into detail about how I'm pre-recording all of this stuff, that's just kind of how I tend to do a lot of this stuff. The filming process is beyond easy, by all accounts. The way I see it, it's almost unnecessary to have a whole crew operating on most of my productions, because these days I do tend to have some people work on my editing while I'm already in production of new content, so this way I don't necessarily have to kill time on my own terms by doing all the editing stuff that I typically do for any of my videos, or the rendering processes. Those are usually my only window of break times when I can pretty much be available in any way possible. But right now, let's probably just shift the balance and the focus over to something different. Because, as you know, Snacker Attacker is a domain of mine that I have set up for HJN content, where I get to pick out certain snacks and give them a good review of mine. So, let's just get started here. And now, let's just say that, yeah, you already saw it off frame kinda, but anyways, these are Girl Scout cookies. That's right. This ain't the original packaging for them, for the record. Most of the time whenever I happen to get new snacks, I happen to just not leave them in their original bag, because usually when the original seal's been broken, then air can sometimes seep into the bag itself and usually cause staleness, or sometimes warm temperature rises and mold might form, or humidity might start to get all over it and ruin it. So I typically just use little baggies like this whenever I open that stuff up for the first time, usually within 15 hours of the original packaging being open. But I sure do know that the packaging to these Scout cookies in particular did not look like this. Instead, it's that typical sort of like long frame looking thing with cellophane interior pretty much, and, well, just your typical cookie packaging. But these are in fact the s'more sandwich cookies out there. They aren't really sandwich cookies like Nutter Butters and Oreos, but out of all sandwich cookies like this, it's all good. Yeah, getting a little messy here, but growing up with Girl Scout cookies, I honestly do have like a lot of flavors of mine that I've certainly been having throughout these past couple decades. But the real thing about all of this is that I feel like their inventory has really been expanding the last decade or so, the past 10, 11 years I'd say, since I first tried these kind of cookies out. I first had things out there like the Thin Mints or peanut butter Sammys, or the, well, vanilla ones, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know too many of the flavors here. But as far as my knowledge, I've also tried out some of the brand new flavors when they first came out, like the chocolate chip and salted caramel ones. I don't really know if they had those anymore though, because the first time I pretty much just noticed that the Scout cookies were becoming on sale again. They pretty much happen as a seasonal thing every year, usually in February and March of every year. And we'd go ahead and pick up a few boxes of a few select flavors. I typically get things like the Thin Mints, the Peanut Butter Sammys, Caramel Delights, these, and if I could find the caramel and chocolate chip ones again, then I'd certainly try those out again, because it's been years now since I last had those. They were brand new at the time, and I'm pretty sure that a couple others out there are also brand new. I just didn't really take a closer look at the inventory as a whole, but in most ways, I will say that the Scout Cookies themselves sure are a unique delight. I'm going to save this last one for later because, well, it'll be that time of the year again. But we'd have to wait months and months before that even happens again. So, that's saving for later. But right now, I will just say that thank you very much for all the stuff that you do to keep supporting my channel, my content, my work overall, and the business itself, because 17 and a half years, pretty much, I've been in continuous operation. And now that I'm 23 years old, well, business itself surely is gonna keep booming the way it needs to be, but as long as I keep my expansions going on with a lot of these localized businesses that I have going on with people around here, contracting, landscaping, and the like, I sure do hope to do some other stuff here and there. Maybe do some repair work and the like, because I do have some other talents that I sure want to keep going. I could definitely make a selling point out of my own talented skill work, but until any of that happens, I'm sure to keep going on with my main work here, which is my filmmaking, content providing, as well as advertising and charity related work. So of course, all that's going to continue going probably for a long time. And that's what I know for sure. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this segment of Honest J Nowak. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.